Welcome everybody, it's Friday, which means only one thing, it's time for the channel vlog episode number 9. Episode number 9, I'm going to get it right this time in the video and on the thumbnail, I promise you that. Right off the bat, I just want to say sorry if the video seems a little bit dark, but this is the best video settings I could get considering how super bright it is outside. The sun has been shining all day and it is so bright in this room that this is the best that I could get the image quality with the webcam. So apologies if it's a little bit dark, but I'm just going to have to go with it. So, on to the items I have written down this week. There's not many of them, it's been a slow news week, so going to get straight into it. First and foremost, World of Tanks. I just want to say Circumflexes, who I do the live stream with every Wednesday night and then you see the footage throughout the following week, is currently engaged in a 36-hour live stream. God knows why. I think the man might be slightly mentally unhinged. So you've heard of people doing a 24-hour marathon live stream. He's doing a 36-hour marathon live stream. I think by the time this video goes live, I think he's probably on there with Highflyer and Foch. I know at the time of recording, he's on there with Highflyer and Foch, but he's going to be, yeah, I think he'll have been streaming for about 7 or 8 hours by the time this video goes out. So you've got plenty of tanks to catch. I'm going to be jumping on with him tonight and possibly tomorrow afternoon. I'm not 100% sure about that, but I do want to get on there and play some World of Tanks with him. Just because with it being the 5 times XP weekend, I've got plenty of doubles that I want to get done, so going to be doing that. So if that's something you want to go and check out, I'll put a link in the description. It's just twitch.tv/Circon. Definitely go and check it out. It's going to be a lot of fun, and there's going to be a lot of tanks, and a lot of people will be dropping by. I'm not sure if Jingles will be dropping by, because like he said on Facebook the other day, he's taking a step back from actually playing World of Tanks for the next few weeks or so. So, probably not expect to see him, but I'll certainly be there, and there'll be other people dropping by. So, go check that out when you've got a free minute. Because of this live stream, this segues nicely into the next story, which is the Shots Fired podcast. I assume it's probably not going to be on this weekend because of the 36-hour live stream and the 5 times weekend and everything like that, but we should have a Shots Fired podcast next weekend, but obviously I'll let you know in the next vlog, and I'll probably tweet it out when we know exactly. So the next Dream Team is not going to be for another fortnight. I think the last Saturday of the month is actually the 31st this month, so we'll either have a Shots Fired podcast next weekend or the weekend after. Yeah, one of those two. Right, just want to talk about some content coming in the next week. The Walking Dead episode number 3 will possibly be released next week. They don't set definite release dates for the content, unfortunately, so I never know quite when an episode's going to come out, but I have been doing videos for The Walking Dead. I did the full season 1 and the DLC, and I'm going to be doing the full season 2. I've already done episodes 1 and 2. There's a playlist somewhere on the channel if you want to go and have a look for that. If I remember, I'll link it in the description. If not, then just go to the channel and click playlists and you'll find a Walking Dead Season 1 and Season 2 playlist. It's been a lot of fun. The story's been fantastic, so if you like a nice story-driven game with a lot of action, definitely go check that out because it's great fun. Now, they've teased that it may be coming out next week, beginning to middle of next week, so hopefully next week I'll be able to get some new Walking Dead videos out to you. Aside from that, Age of Wonders will be back next week. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten about that. And me and Redmore Gibson haven't abandoned our multiplayer game. We will be continuing with that. So even if Walking Dead does or doesn't come out next week, you can expect at least 3, possibly 4 Age of Wonder videos, which will be continuing on the multiplayer co-op map that we were doing, the small one, so we're going to continue on. There's actually been quite a large patch for that game, which increases the challenge in the mid to late game, so it's not, so we were getting a bit worried that the rest of the video was just going to be an absolute stomp. Now that we've reached our top tier units, we were just going to walk all over everyone, but apparently the latest patch has addressed the balance issues for mid and late games, so hopefully that's going to extend the playtime for that quite a bit. So yeah, next week expect the return of that series. Talking about series is returning, World of Tanks Xbox, I do want to get back into it, and I see there's been some big patches for it. The UI's changed, the after-screen battles have changed, there's new maps added in, new tanks, new everything. Basically, I want to jump back in because I did enjoy it, but like I've said many times, my time is very limited at the moment, so when I would have been playing World of Tanks Xbox is when I would have had free time, and because I haven't had any free time, I haven't played any World of Tanks Xbox. Sorry, I keep looking there because the Xbox is there. I'm not just sort of thinking. So yeah, as soon as I get some time, I'm going to jump on, and I'll tweet out first that I'm going to be jumping on, so that if you guys who've got me on your Xbox friend lists want to have a game, then we can definitely go in and do that. But yeah, still not forgotten. It's still planned on being back at some point, so just hang in there if you're here for the World of Tanks Xbox content. It will be coming back at some point, because I've had a lot of people send me messages and comments saying that nobody really does consistent content for World of Tanks Xbox, so they'd like somebody to fill that void, and if I ever get time, I'm your man. Next, moving on to the B Team server. Hopefully by next week, by the time the next, not this vlog, but next vlog goes live, we should have been able to upgrade the server, and what that will allow us to do is basically fix DNA analyzers, because at the moment DNA analyzers crash the server horribly, so you can't build DNA analyzers, which kind of means you can't really build clones, if I'm mistaken, and that's kind of a big part of the B Team mod pack. Not being able to build clones is kind of a bit of a roadblock to a lot of the content, so fingers crossed by the time the next vlog goes live, that Sunday's maintenance should be to upgrade the server to 1.10, or yeah, to 1.10 to get the DNA analyzers, fingers crossed, working. No promises that they will, but so far, excuse me, from what I've seen, it's looking promising, so hopefully we can get those all fixed up and get that done for you. Aside from that, B Team server's going fantastic, everybody's getting on, everybody's having a good laugh. Cuttlebug says she's definitely going to be playing this weekend, so if you enjoy playing with Cuttlebug, she'll be around this weekend, probably, what day is it today? It's Friday. She'll probably be on there tonight, she'll probably be on there Saturday and possibly Sunday daytime, but we'll see. So yeah, and I think that is about it for news points that I wanted to talk about. I do want to address a couple of questions. Incidentally, if you've got any questions for future vlogs, just stick a comment in the comment section below, and I'll collect them all up from previous videos, and I'll do my best to answer as many of those to the best of my ability as I can. But most common questions that come up: when recording the Xbox 360 footage, what capture device do I use? Basically, how do I do it? I have a capture card called the AVerMedia Live Gamer HD, and that plugs directly into my PC. So what I then do is I take the HDMI cable from the Xbox 360, run that in to the AVerMedia Live Gamer HD, then a HDMI cable comes out of the AVerMedia into my screen. And the same with the sound. The sound goes through the HDMI cable for the Xbox, so we'll ignore that part for now. So basically, HDMI cable from the Xbox to the capture card, the AVerMedia Live Gamer HD, from that to the screen, and basically because that's plugged into my PC, that intercepts the signal. I hit a button that records it onto my hard drive, and there we go. That's how it is done. It's as simple as that. And next is, what capture software do I use for the PC? Now, for a while I was using the AVerMedia Live Gamer HD to capture PC stuff, because again what I would do is run a HDMI cable from my graphics card into the card, then from the card into my monitor. And again, because the thing is, the capture cards are fantastic for recording lossless, because when you use software capture, as soon as you hit that record key, you lose about 15-20 frames per second. And that's just down to the CPU, because the CPU handles a lot of on-the-fly encoding. So what the capture card does is the capture card just cuts that out, and it does all the on-the-fly encoding, and that frees up your system memory. So when you hit that record button, you lose no frames per second. Problem with that was the capture card records in variable frame rate. Now it says It says it records 1080p at 30 frames per second, but it doesn't. If there's not much going on the screen, it'll cut that down, and when there's a lot going on the screen, it'll boost it back up. So it recorded at variable frame rate, up to a maximum of 30 frames per second. Now the problem I had was I was using Adobe Premiere Pro to edit and render my videos, and Adobe Premiere Pro doesn't like variable frame rate. So what would happen is the audio would gradually get out of sync. It would start off in sync, it would gradually get out of sync as the video goes on, then gradually go back into sync. So it wasn't like I could just... I tried many different ways of doing it. I tried splitting the audio from the video and offsetting it and speeding it up and slowing it down and having it... But it was just random. There was no way of predicting it, so I tried using Sony Vegas. Sony Vegas I found to be absolute garbage, so basically I've kept the capture card now just for consoles. What I use for capturing things off my screen is a program called Bandicam. Now I know a lot of YouTubers use this. I think Jingles uses it as well. It's about $40, and it's basically, it's like Fraps but better. Fraps creates video files in this huge format because it captures RAW, whereas Bandicam will do on-the-fly encoding, but it also, you don't lose as many frames as Fraps. Now I know on-the-fly encoding tends to gimp your frames just a little bit, but because Fraps creates files that are so big, it kind of messes with your hard drive data transfer rate, so you end up getting a frame drop because of that, because your hard drive can't write quite so much data, so it's got to be stored in cache, and it's very complicated. In fact, I don't even know why I'm waffling on and getting into so much detail about this. The question was basically, what capture software do I use? I use Bandicam. It's about $40. It's fantastic. It's better than Fraps. If you want a more in-depth explanation than that and how my setup is, then leave me a comment in the comment section below, and I'll maybe get to answering that for you. So that's pretty much going to be it for this video. That's all the common questions I remember having. I looked through a few comments, I couldn't see any others. So that is pretty much it. If you were wondering, yes, that is Spider-Man riding a pig, because why not? So thanks very much for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave me a like or favourite. Stick a comment in the comment section below with a question, or maybe you just want to say something nice. I'll have either. If you enjoy the channel as well, then definitely consider hitting that subscribe button right about there for a lot more gaming content in the future. I've been Maxwell, this has been the vlog number 9, and I will catch you guys next time.